Alright, so in this one we want to solve the equation. So when we're presented with something like this, we first want to see if we can factor out a GCF. And in this case, we can. They both share an x. So we can factor out an x. We'll have left with an x cubed minus 27. That's equal to 0. So now we should recognize that this, we have a difference of cubes, because x cubed would be a perfect cube, and 27 is also a perfect cube. So now we have a special way that we can factor this, but we need to figure out what our a value is and what our b value is. So our a value, we have to look and see what we would have to cube in order to get x cubed. Well, we'd have to cube x. And for b, 27, in order to get to 27, we would cube 3. So you'd say the cubed root of 27 is 3, and the cubed root of x cubed is just x. Now, let's not forget about this guy hanging out over here. This x, that's going to get us a solution. We know that that's going to get us x is equal to, x is equal to 0. Sorry about that. Alright, so then now let's see this factor in a special way. We know our a value is x, our b value is 3. So this is going to factor into x minus 3, x squared plus, so that sign is going to be opposite of what we started with, x squared plus ab, that'd be 3x. And the last sign is always positive. That'd be b squared, which is 9. That's all equal to 0. Okay, when we factor a sum or difference of cubes, we know that this term right here, this quadratic, is we're going to have two options to solve it. We can either complete the square, or we can use the quadratic formula. In this case, using the quadratic formula is going to be nicer. So we know that x is equal to the opposite of b, which is in this case negative 3, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is, so 3 squared would be 9, minus 4ac. So 4 times 9 would be 36, and then our a value is just 1, so we have 9 minus 36. That's all over 2a, so just all over 2. Alright, so let's simplify a little bit. X equals negative 3 plus or minus square root 9 minus 36 would be minus 27, and that's all over 2. And then we can simplify this square root of negative 27. That's going to simplify into 3i root 3. Right, because we have, so we can do that work over here. Negative 27 would factor into the square root of negative 1 times the square root of 9 and the square root of 3. That's where that comes from. Alright, so then we can say that x is equal to negative 3 plus or minus 3i root 3, and that's all over 2. Alright, that's our other solution. We also know that x could equal, from this guy over here, x equals 3. And don't forget about our x that we factored out, 0. So we have a fourth degree. We got 1, 2, and then since this is plus or minus, that gives us two solutions, 4, and those are our solutions.